Well, we do have a saying that what's said on the roof stays on the roof.
They said women was going to do it, you know, and I said, women? I didn't say nothing to them, you know, and I said, women? And I was surprised, you know.
One of the events that we coordinate each year is called the Week of Caring, and it's part of the National Make a Difference Day campaign. And so, I guess it was 2002 for Week of Caring. One of the projects that we had available was to repair an elderly woman's roof. So Billy Honeycutt decided to ask his Sunday school class, which was couples, if we might do that repair on the Saturday of Make a Difference Day. And everybody said, sure.
Donna's right here, Janet's.
Well, when that Saturday came around, 2 women showed up, and they loved what they did. They will tell you that they expected Billy to say, well, we'll have to wait till the guys come, but he said, well, get your hammers and let's go to work.
Oh, I want to go to that more. Which bring it up to there. Okay, we're good.
Billy told us that he could teach anybody to roof a house.
We are the queens of flashing. We can do flashes.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, you have a finished product. A lot of things in our life aren't always finished by the end of the day. But when you go to bed at night and you know that you've made a difference for somebody that's going to live in this home, or you go home and it rains at your house that night and you know that that house isn't leaking.
People just don't know how much it's appreciated.
I think it's special because it is all a group of women. It's also a group of women who are grandmothers, widows, divorcees, married women, single women, young women, college women. And what's so special about it is when those women are together, their common purpose is to make somebody's life better.
I wanted to do something like this. I've just always liked the idea of building something.
Sometimes it still surprises us what we do know. And when we first started, you know, all you could hear was, Billy, how do I do this? Billy, how do I do this? Billy, how do I do this? And then as the years have gone on, we don't have to ask Billy, hey, Susie, how do you do this? Lori, how do you do this? Or we would sit there and we'd figure it out together. Well, Billy would say, do this.
Have you got snips, Beth? Because we're going to have to bend at the top.
You watch your sister. You always watch. We're always watching out for each other.
I was not real excited about working on a roof. I didn't like the idea of stepping onto the roof, getting off the ladder. I just would have identified myself as being afraid of heights. But all these other women were doing it, and I thought, okay, I'll see if I can do this.
We've had a number of women who said, I'm not going up there. And then once they decided to try it, and once they got their sea legs, they became addicted like the rest of us. Actually, Billy's wife was one at the very beginning that said, I'm not going to get on the roof, I'll do what I need to down here. And now she's one of those that'll climb on the side and do the edge and doesn't think twice about it. Well, that took us back a little that it went that far as to be in a national magazine. But again, it's something so simple, and the point was that if a group of women can get together and roof a house every weekend or once a month, whatever it is, it means to other people, you can do something. You can do something to help your neighbor. You can do something to help your community. You can do something to help your state, whatever it is.
Well, since I retired, I thought this would be a good thing to volunteer in, and I really love it because I grew up doing all kinds of construction work, and Daddy taught me this: lick the nail and it'll go in easier. So hopefully this will.
We have stories of different roofs. I mean, one roof we always refer to as the fried pie house, because that woman made us fried pies, and we'll always go down that street in Rutherfordton and remember that's the fried pie house. And there was an incident where a rainstorm came up, so they called that the wet t-shirt house because they were just drenched to the bone. So different houses have different stories associated with them.